Remember how it used to be when you were young? You'd hit the pillow and crash until morning, waking up fresh as a daisy, ready to move mountains. But now, how often does it happen that the night seems to have passed, the clock ticked away, yet you wake up with aching shoulders, a heavy head, and the first thought is, I can't wait for evening to lie down again. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. A huge number of people over 60 find that sleep has stopped being a friend and helper, turning into some kind of chore without any real rest. And it's not just that our bodies are getting wiser and the production of the sleep hormone, melatonin, decreases slightly, or that our internal clocks might start acting up, like old timepieces that sometimes run fast, sometimes slow. The main culprits disrupting our nightly rest are often our own familiar and seemingly harmless rituals. That hearty cutlet with mashed potatoes right before bed. It's like tying a weight to your stomach, forcing it to work overtime when your whole body is begging for peace. That evening cup of strong tea or aromatic coffee, it's like spurring a tired horse when it should have been in the stable resting long ago. It bucks and then takes a long time to calm down. And that seemingly innocent scroll through the news or a show on your phone before sleep. It's like throwing a noisy disco with strobe lights in your bedroom for your brain, which is desperately pleading for quiet and darkness. But I'm here to tell you, it's not a final verdict. You can and absolutely should reclaim the joy of deep, healing sleep that recharges you rather than drains you. And I promise, the tips I'm sharing today are simple as pie, accessible to everyone without any exotic diets or expensive pills. By following them, you'll literally feel your daytime energy return before your eyes, your head clear up, your mood improve, and even your blood pressure might normalize. Let's figure out together how to become friends with sleep again and make it our ally. Be sure to watch this video or read this text to the end because good sleep isn't a luxury, but a vital necessity for your health and longevity. So, where do we start this sleep reboot? Let's think about the evening. The day is winding down, we're home, relaxed, and often the first thing that comes to mind is dinner, a satisfying, tasty meal to reward ourselves for our efforts. But right here lies one of the most common traps for our sleep. The habit of eating a heavy meal shortly before heading to bed, especially if it's something fatty, fried, or heavy. It's like throwing a stone into the calm lake of your digestion right before you want to swim peacefully in it. Instead of resting, your body is forced to switch on the night shift for digestion. Let me tell you about Arthur. He was 68 and had a lifelong habit of eating a substantial dinner late in the evening, a big plate of fried meat with potatoes, salad with mayonnaise. He went to bed feeling pleasantly full, but his sleep was restless. Sometimes heartburn would creep in. Sometimes a heavy feeling in his stomach wouldn't let him rest, or he'd simply wake up in the middle of the night for no apparent reason. In the morning, exhaustion, bad mood. He was convinced it was just old age. When it was suggested he try eating dinner earlier, about 3 to 4 hours before sleep, and choosing something lighter, like baked fish with vegetables or cottage cheese, he initially brushed it off. What am I, a bird? A man needs a proper meal, he grumbled. He was uncomfortable breaking a decades-old habit, feeling like he was depriving himself, but his wife persuaded him to try it for just a week. And you know what? After just a few days, Arthur noticed he was sleeping much more peacefully. The heartburn was gone, the heaviness disappeared, and in the morning, for the first time in a long while, he felt truly rested. His stomach stopped working the night shift and interfering with his whole body's rest. So, if you often feel discomfort at night or wake up unrefreshed, try making your dinner earlier and lighter. It's a simple step that can yield amazing results for your sleep and how you feel in the morning. Free your body from extra work at night. Speaking of the evening and what we consume, we can't forget about drinks. How often do we reach for an aromatic cup of coffee after dinner or a mug of strong black tea in front of the TV? It seems so cozy, so familiar. But caffeine, found in these drinks, and in green tea too, by the way, is a real stimulant for our nervous system. It's like pressing the gas pedal when the body needs to break and prepare for rest. And what's especially important for us, people of a wise age, to remember, as we get older, our bodies metabolize caffeine more slowly. That cup, which didn't interfere with sleep at 40, might have a much longer effect at 60 or 70, lasting up to 6 to 8 hours. Imagine drinking tea at 5 p.m. and its stimulating effect is still lingering at 11 p.m. when you're lying in bed counting sheep. Take Eleonora, 72 years old, who adored her 5 o'clock tea, strong black tea with milk, precisely at 5 p.m. It was her unshakable ritual, but she struggled immensely to fall asleep afterward, often lying awake until midnight, and her sleep itself was shallow and light. During the day, she constantly felt drowsy. Giving up her evening tea felt almost like betraying herself, her little tradition. But her daughter convinced her to try switching to caffeine-free herbal teas, chamomile, mint, lemon balm, or just drinking warm water after, say, 3 or 4 p.m. Eleonora agreed, though with great skepticism. At first, she missed the familiar taste, but within a week, she was surprised to find she was falling asleep much faster and sleeping more deeply. The daytime drowsiness vanished. It turned out that herbal teas have the opposite effect. They gently soothe and help relax. So, if sleep isn't coming easily, try replacing your evening coffee or tea with something calmer. You might discover new pleasant tastes and rituals that work for your rest, not against it. Allow your nervous system to wind down in the evening. And what else do many of us do right before sleep, already cozied up in bed? We reach for our phones, tablets, or watch TV. It seems like it helps distract us, relax us. But in reality, it's one of the most insidious modern habits that interfere with falling asleep. The screens of our gadgets emit so-called blue light. This light, especially in the dark, acts on our brain like a signal. Attention, it's still daytime. Don't sleep. It suppresses the production of melatonin, our main sleep hormone. It's like trying to sleep with a bright flashlight shining directly in your eyes. Moreover, the information we consume from screens, news, social media, even movies, often stimulates the mind, evokes emotions, makes us think and analyze. The brain doesn't calm down. Instead, it gets activated. Let's recall John, aged 65. After retiring, he became friendly with his smartphone and would spend long periods scrolling through news feeds and social media before sleep, lying in bed. He thought it helped him unwind, but in reality, he found it harder and harder to fall asleep, tossing and turning, thoughts swirling in his head. Mornings brought fogginess and irritability. When his doctor advised him to put away all gadgets an hour before bed and read a paper book or listen to calm music instead, John was skeptical. What am I supposed to do then? But he tried it. He picked up a good old detective novel, and he was surprised to find that after just half an hour of reading, his eyes started closing on their own. After a week of this pre-sleep digital detox, he started falling asleep easily, sleeping more soundly, and waking up with a clear head. Try giving yourself this hour of screen-free quiet time before bed, too. Read a book under dim light, preferably not directly overhead. Listen to an audiobook or calm music. Simply daydream or chat with a loved one. You'll give your brain the signal, time to rest, and help the natural production of melatonin. Rediscover the pleasure of the world without screens, at least for an hour before sleep. But it's not just what we do immediately before sleep that affects its quality. The overall rhythm of our lives, our daily routine, is also crucial. Our internal biological clocks, or circadian rhythms, love predictability. They function best when we go to bed and wake up around the same time every day. Yes, even on weekends. Many of us think, well, at least on Saturday and Sunday, I can catch up on sleep for the whole week. But a drastic change in schedule is like constantly resetting our internal clocks back and forth. The body gets confused, leading to a state similar to jet lag, known as social jet lag. Mary, 70, woke up at 7 a.m. all week to help with her grandchild, but on weekends, she allowed herself to lounge in bed until 10 a.m. She thought she was recovering her strength, but in reality, every Monday, she felt completely drained, struggling to get back into rhythm. On Sunday evenings, conversely, she often couldn't fall asleep for a long time. When, on her doctor's advice, she tried waking up not much later than usual on weekends, say 8 a.m., and tried to go to bed around the same time, she was initially disappointed about losing that extra hour of sleep. But after just a couple of weeks, she noticed that Mondays were no longer torture. She felt more even-keeled and energetic throughout the week, and falling asleep on Sundays became much easier. Our internal clocks are like precise mechanisms. They value stability. Try sticking to a more or less consistent sleep-wake schedule, even on weekends. A difference of an hour or an hour and a half is acceptable, but not more. This will help synchronize your internal rhythms, and you'll find it easier to fall asleep and wake up feeling more rested. Become predictable for your internal clock. It will thank you. And of course, it's not just when we go to bed and wake up, but also what we do during the day that matters. Our daytime wakefulness directly impacts our nighttime sleep. If you spend the whole day sitting in a chair in front of the TV, by evening, your body simply hasn't had a chance to build up enough healthy fatigue. But moderate physical activity during the day is an excellent way to prepare your body for quality nighttime rest. Movement helps burn off excess energy, improves blood circulation, oxygenates tissues, reduces stress, and lifts your mood. It's like with children. A child who has run around all day sleeps more soundly. David was 75. He started going out less, napped a lot during the day, and suffered from insomnia and joint pain at night. He felt like he simply didn't have the energy for any activity. But his son literally dragged him out for short daily walks in the park. Initially, David resisted, but gradually he got into it. And he noticed amazing changes. Daytime drowsiness disappeared, his joints ached less, and most importantly, his sleep improved. He started falling asleep faster and waking up less often. Of course, we're not talking about running marathons. Even a regular daily walk at a comfortable pace, light exercises, swimming, or yoga, all of these are beneficial. The key is regularity and moderation. And another important point, try not to do vigorous exercise 2 to 3 hours before bed so you don't overstimulate yourself. However, a calm evening stroll can be very helpful. If you like to nap during the day, try to keep it short, 20-30 minutes, and not too late, no later than 3 to 4 p.m., so it doesn't steal your nighttime sleep. Give your body the gift of movement during the day, and it will reward you with sound sleep at night. And finally, last but certainly not least, the place where we sleep, our bedroom. Ideally, it should be our sleep sanctuary, a place of peace and relaxation. Think about how conducive your bedroom is to good sleep. Is it dark enough? Quiet enough? Not too hot or stuffy? Are there things in there that remind you of work or worries? 3 conditions are crucial for quality sleep: darkness, quiet, and coolness. Darkness signals the brain that it's time to produce melatonin. Even dim light from a street lamp or a digital clock can interfere. Quiet helps the nervous system calm down, and a cool temperature, around 18 to 20 or 65 to 68 degrees, promotes deeper sleep. Susan, 67, was a very light sleeper and often woke up. Her bedroom faced a noisy street. It was bright from streetlights at night, and her sewing table was also in there. She thought it was just part of city life. But when, following advice from an article, she bought thick blackout curtains, started using earplugs, and removed everything unnecessary from the bedroom, she was amazed by the result. The very first night in the dark and quiet, she slept through until morning without waking up. It felt as if she had been on vacation. Try to make your bedroom as comfortable as possible specifically for sleep. Thick curtains, a comfortable mattress and pillows, absence of unnecessary stimuli, visual and auditory, fresh, cool air, all these work towards your rest. Let your bedroom be associated only with sleep and peace. Turn it into your personal oasis of quiet and comfort. So, there you have it. Seemingly simple steps. Nothing extraordinary, right? Changing your dinner time, choosing a different evening drink, putting away your phone before bed, trying to stick to a routine, moving a bit during the day, and making your bedroom cozier. But it's from these small streams that the full river of your well-being flows. I know that changing habits, especially those we've had for many years, can be challenging. Sometimes it feels like it's too late to change anything, that you just have to accept it. But that's not true. Your life experience, your wisdom, that's your strength. You have every right to sound sleep, to vitality, to a clear mind at any age. Don't beat yourself up if something doesn't work right away. Start small, with one step. Choose what seems most achievable for you right now. Try it. Listen to your body. You'll be surprised how gratefully it responds to your care. Remember, you deserve to rest well and feel wonderful every day. Believe in yourself. You can do this. Wishing you peaceful nights and good days.